Hey guys, so I got an interesting one for you today, I think. One that is definitely a little bit off of my normal content, but still very relatable. If you spend much time on YouTube, you may have seen a little bit of a trend going around in the last few weeks where a lot of YouTubers are talking about AI, more specifically ChatGPT, where you can put in a question, a phrase, and it will come up with an answer or a response to whatever you put in. Now you might be saying, what does this have to do with grooming and mustaches and everything that you have on your channel, Justin? Well, because I asked it some questions. More specifically, how to take care of a handlebar mustache. So I went ahead and put in the little prompt area on ChatGPT. I asked it for a step-by-step instructions on how to grow, care for, curl, and style a handlebar mustache. And well, we're gonna go ahead and look at its responses today. So I've got them up here on my phone, so let's just take a look at it. It says, growing a handlebar mustache involves the following steps. Number 1, allow your mustache to grow out for at least a month before starting to shape it. That's actually a pretty fair suggestion. However, I would say usually to get any real distance on a handlebar, you are gonna have to grow it out for probably closer to about 2 months. So I'll go ahead and let that pass as fairly solid advice, as that's probably about when you're gonna want to start training the hair to go the direction that you want it to go. The second thing that it says to do is use scissors or clippers to trim any stray hairs that are not part of the mustache itself. Now what I am going to say is that that's kind of right and kind of wrong. Right around that month mark, you probably actually want to have all of your facial hair, because I have found, as well as many others, that if you grow out the entire goatee, mustache, and even a beard area first, you're going to be able to really define that mustache much better around that 1 to 1.5 month mark, because you'll know exactly what hairs are part of your mustache and what ones aren't. Number 3, use a mustache wax or pomade to shape the ends of the mustache into the desired handlebar shape. Well, they didn't really tell us how to do it. They just said to shape it. If you're a newbie, you wouldn't know what that meant and how you should work from the inside of the stash and pull that wax out. But I think that I'll let it slide as well, as it's not too bad of advice. Number 4 says to curl the ends of the mustache, apply heat with a hair dryer. I'll admit that so far sounds pretty darn good, because, well, heat will let that wax loosen up a bit, and then you can really fine tune the wax. However, it goes on to say by holding a lit match or cigarette close to the ends. Don't do this. Do not hold a lit cigarette or lit match close to the tips of your mustache. Please do not do this. You got wax on your mustache, it basically turns it into a candle. So I don't know where ChatGPT got that information from, but I would highly suggest staying far away from that portion. But remember, I asked for a step-by-step on multiple parts of having a mustache. So the second part that this AI came up with was caring for a handlebar mustache involves the following steps. 1. Keep the mustache clean by washing it regularly with a mild shampoo or soap. I would highly suggest using a beard wash and a beard conditioner instead of the mild shampoo and soap that it is suggesting. However, a mild shampoo is going to be much better for your mustache as well as any facial hair that you have than your full strength head hair shampoo will. So I have to give it props on that. At least they got that part right. Number 2, in caring for your handlebar mustache, it says to brush the mustache with a mustache comb to keep it smooth and free of tangles. Okay, that's very legit. You definitely don't want to get your mustache hairs all knotted up because then they tend to break, as well as they're more prone to not wanting to go the direction that you want them to go, which can be a huge pain, which I deal with quite a bit. 3 is apply mustache wax or pomade to shape and hold the mustache in place. Fair enough. Once again, it doesn't tell you how to apply it, but maybe we can get into that here in a couple of minutes. Number 4 is to trim any stray hairs as they grow out. I would have to say if they are off of the mustache, like way up here on your cheek or further out on your cheek than where your mustache is, I would have to agree with that. However, make sure that you're not trimming any hairs that are actually a part of the mustache that just aren't where you want them to be. Then they go into styling a handlebar mustache. It says styling a handlebar mustache involves the following steps. 1. Apply mustache wax or pomade to shape and hold the mustache in place. It seems like it's getting repetitive. 2. Use a hairdryer or match to curl the ends of the mustache. Once again, that is not a good idea. Hairdryer, fine. Match, no. 4. Comb the mustache to the desired shape. I would say more work the mustache into the desired shape, because a lot of the waxes that you're going to use, either you're just going to pull all the wax out of the mustache, or the wax is going to be a stronger hold wax, which means that when you go to pull on it, you may actually end up pulling out some of the hairs as well. And number 4 is basically a rerun of everything that we've already heard, saying regularly maintain the mustache by washing, brushing, and trimming it to keep it looking neat. It didn't do too horrible of a job. I mean, it could have told us to just, cut the mustache off, but let's dig into this a little bit more real quick and see what they have to say for directions on how to apply a mustache wax, and let's see if we can get a little bit more clarification. Alright, and how I did that is I went ahead and asked the AI for a step-by-step how to apply mustache wax to a handlebar mustache, and here are the directions that it gave me. 1. Start with a small amount of wax. Scoop a small amount of wax out of the container using a toothpick or the back of your thumb. Typically, you're just going to use the back of your thumb, and a toothpick isn't going to get a lot of wax out of a tin, and most companies now are providing a guitar pick to be able to pull the wax out if it is a little bit stiffer of a wax. Number 2 is soften the wax. Rub the wax between your thumb and forefinger to soften it. Just like so. Just like I do all the time. To apply mustache wax, you warm it up between your fingers and then apply it. Sounds about right to me. 3 is apply the wax to the mustache. Starting at the center of your mustache, work the wax through your mustache using your fingers. Make sure to cover the entire mustache, including the ends. I have to give it to them, they got that right. You want to start at the root of the hair and pull it towards the end of the hairs. Because, well, that just makes the most sense. Because if you try to go the other way with it, not going to work so well, and you're going to end up pulling and breaking mustache hairs, which you definitely don't want. 4 says shape the mustache. Use your fingers to shape the mustache into the desired handlebar. Sounds about right. You've got the wax on there. You're probably going to want to then shape it to your desired look. 5. Set the shape. Once the mustache is shaped to your liking, blow dry it or use a hair dryer with a low heat setting to set the shape. No, that's not how wax works. 5 should have been before 4 so that it makes it easier to style the handlebar to your liking, because the heat is going to warm that wax, which will make it much more pliable and much easier to work with. 6. Comb the mustache to distribute the wax evenly and remove any tangles. Once again, this should have been before 4. That's messed up because you just said to go ahead and style it, then it tells you to go ahead and comb it out. So I don't know what the AI is thinking, but that is definitely in the wrong order here. Number 7 is style the mustache as desired. Did we not already do that? Then it has a note. It says, note, it is important to use a good quality mustache wax that is specifically designed for mustaches. Avoid using hairstyling products as this may cause damage to your mustache. I love that little note on the end of this, because you really shouldn't. Now, I may end up having a video in the future where I do, but it's not recommended, and I highly suggest that if you don't already have a mustache wax or pomade for the mustache, it's gonna be your best bet for a healthy mustache. So although getting the order wrong as well as the reasoning wrong on how to put wax in a mustache, it's fairly decent. At least when I asked for the specific way to apply mustache wax to the mustache, at least it wasn't telling me to use a match. Of course, on my channel here, I have many more directions and tips on how to get a much better handlebar mustache than what ChatGPT just gave us. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys have messed around with ChatGPT, and let me know what kind of things were you asking it. And if you like videos like this one and you want to see how ChatGPT says to shave the head or shave the face, go ahead and let me know down in those comments. While you're there, why not go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me? I don't ask you guys to do it much, but it sure is appreciated. And if you like this one, you guys might want to know 10 reasons not to grow a handlebar mustache, and you can find that video right here down below. That's going to be one that you may very well enjoy as well. Until next time, you have a good one.